it was okay. So, okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kleros community call of the 31st of July 2024. Um, back in Argentina for a while after the world tour had in Brussels for the Ethereum conference. Then went to Chicago for the Subtech conference. This is a very important legal innovation conference that happens every year in different places. And I think I already spoke about this last week, so I'm not going to repeat myself about that. And this week, and since I came here, recording some podcasts, some work, communications for the local audience, let's say, and going to be also moderating a panel in the Ethereum Argentina event that happens this Friday. So it's a very cool event, as you very well know, and because I told you many times. Argentina is maybe the world capital of crypto. A lot of very important projects were born in Argentina because of different reasons, including inflation, bad economic policies, bad governance. I mentioned already many times what was a motivation I had when starting Kleros, and how I saw this as a tool to give people more economic opportunity in a country and environment that was not great, in the sense that you could not sell your services to other countries because you could not be paid, and because of capital controls. That crypto gave you an answer, but then just that is not enough, because how are you going to be having customers in different parts of the world if they don't trust that if they have a dispute with you, they will be able to have some dispute resolution service. So those were the early days of Kleros, and so each time I come back to Argentina, that reminds me, how it all started. And I am actually now, right now I'm in the room where everything started years ago. So someday there's going to be probably a museum in this room, I guess. I'm seeing the computer where it all started. So it's So don't get me emotional, because I don't want to cry. So yeah, as I was saying, so this Friday I'm going to have this very interesting Ethereum Argentina conference, and okay, back to the previous topic. Yeah, my panel is going to be about how to start a project from Argentina to the world. This is the name of the panel, from Argentina to the world. Kleros is one of the early projects that started doing that in the very early days. When we started, it was 2017, but now there is a new generation of entrepreneurs coming, and they are starting as we were starting years ago. So yeah, I'm going to interview a bunch of guys who are in the early days of their projects, as we were a few days ago. So that is one of the things that we are doing this week in Argentina. Then we have a football game tonight. It's not an official football game, because it's not a full Kleros team, because we were not enough of us to play. So it's like an unofficial football game. I mean, if we win, we may say it was official, but otherwise, we just hedge, my bets, and say it's not official for now. Also because, we don't have the full team, so I cannot, trust the people that we are going to bring. Did you bring good players for today, Marcos? Hopefully you did. Okay.
It's not the full team. There's no Brazilian playing. I heard.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have the Brazilian striker, it's not really the full team, right? Okay, so I will let maybe Marcos do some business development update. If you want, Marcos, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
So well, yes. First of all, today we are having this match at night, and on Friday we are going to be all attending. All from our Kleros people from Argentina is going to be attending to IFIM Argentina. And then if we go to the Lemon integration, this week we received 5 new cases that are going to be uploaded in the next days. As you know, the whole process takes us a few days. Actually, not to us, but to the Clear support team. So again, most probably on Friday or on Monday, we're going to be uploading these 5 new cases. And this means that we already got to 55 lemon cases. So it's I think it's something important for us. So yeah, good news. Then this week we have been we had a few calls with some projects. First of all, with Paydies, as you know, they already have a recognition of jurisdiction integration with Kleros. We are working in maybe doing a new integration, or well, we are still talking with them. Maybe we come with a few new updates in the next weeks or month. And just I don't know, someone said something.
No.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. And yeah, and then from my side, I mean, from the Argentinian and Latam side, I've been in touch with the projects that I was talking before ECC. So, like, yeah, just making a few updates with them, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth mentioning that. So this we just reached, over 50 lemon cases. So that's a lot, and this seems to be like accelerating when. So this, I mean, remember, these are like 50 cases that we got from a non-crypto. I mean, it's a crypto company in the sense that it's an exchange for crypto, but it's basically it's the way in which this is working is like Kleros selling a service to a fintech company. It happens that Lemon is a crypto exchange, but it could be just a traditional, fintech bank or neobank that does not do crypto. So this is a really important, I think, milestone. 50 cases coming from what I would call, the real world. I mean, where the Kleros protocol is offering a real service, producing value for customers. This is not a financial app. This is like a service that the protocol and the network of jurors can provide to a customer at what we see as a lower price and faster turnout than what other alternatives. And this solution is also seen as fair by parties. This is one of the main things we discovered working on this type of pilot. It's not a pilot anymore. Now it's like a real use case. It's like a real part of the process of the Lemon customer service system. So it's just, I mean, I keep saying pilot, it's not. So, but this is a service that provides fairness as a service, if you want, cheaper and faster than alternative methods. So this is an extremely important milestone, and not just for Kleros, but also, for, I would say the blockchain industry, in the sense that most of the applications seem to be, services that one protocol gives to another one. So it's like just a bit of endogamic situation, which is fine. I mean, Kleros, as you know, is also a system that provides services to other protocols within Web3, and SafeSnap for governance, and curation for exchanges and decentralized exchanges, and like blockchain explorers and all that, so which is perfectly fine. But it's very encouraging to see Kleros as system or a protocol that is integrated within the broader ecosystem and providing a real value for companies that are not necessarily from the crypto world.
Let
right?
me add
Yeah.
one more thing. Sorry, a few more things that I forgot before. So regarding the Lemon integration, now the the developers team of Kleros is working on a platform that is going to improve the service that we are giving to Lemon and to their users. So yeah, it will take about a month, but I think it's going to be something very important again for Lemon and probably for future integrations. And during the last weeks, as I was not here, I received a few questions about how was the Lavalle integration going and the other integrations that were related to governments from Argentina. Well, about Lavalle, specifically about Lavalle, I talked with them today. And well, this document, the famous Convenio Marco, still has to be approved by the Supreme Court of Mendoza. As you know, there's a bit of bureaucracy there, and well, it should be approved during this month. And they told me actually the same in July, but in July there were the famous, I don't know how to say, like holidays, ferias is called in Argentina.
Holidays. The judiciary takes holidays in July in Argentina.
So yeah, this it's going to be analyzed by the Supreme Court in this month. I mean, in August, of course. And if everything is okay, it's going to be approved. And in that case, we are going to go with a second pilot case and then continue with real, actual cases. And
it's also just one thing to add to that. These are really cool use cases. Companies, B2B or business to government. We are in the end this Lavalle Mendoza pilot. We are trying to resolve consumer claims for a government. This is something that a government will use to support their decision making in different consumer claims happening in that jurisdiction. So governments, of course, they will have to take time to analyze things because they are by nature slow moving organizations. So it just take time, the business development side, but I mean, we'll get there. Marcos, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one last thing, that there's going to be an update about proof of humanity, but maybe Alex is working more with this, so he can mention it next week. Or I think next week he's going to be here in the community call. So let's leave it for the next week.
Yeah, proof of humanity is, almost ready for launch. The version 2.0. It's just going to. We're going through the final bugs of the platform, but it's mostly cooked. I think we have already shared a test net for people to test and catch the bugs. So maybe Jean, you can share this again if we haven't. I don't know, maybe people forgot or. But so it's almost done.
I'll check which is the latest link, because I think there were some modifications, but it's basically fixing the bugs and finishing the platform.
Yeah, so people can help us fix the final bugs, but it's almost done. Well, now let's go to William. Go ahead.
One second, that I'm sending him the invitation to speak.
Yeah. Are you there?
Is it my turn now, or?
Yeah, it's your turn. Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead, William.
Thanks. Yeah, so on the research front, continuing the things that we've been doing recently, I'm still thinking more about sort of SPT, soulbound token weighting mechanisms, similar to what my talk was on at AUCC. There was a lot of good content that I sort of ultimately didn't manage to cram into that talk on resistance to different kinds of attacks. If you use there's this whole idea where you're basically grouping people based on the SPTs they have, using sort of clustering algorithms to try to get perspectives from different groups. or maybe someone with like one mix of SPTs looks like they're in a sort of different cluster from some other one, and then the like question of like whether it makes sense to use like like sort of like the best clustering algorithms and like or using kind of AI applications, or whether like the complexity of that like opens up like attack vectors. So continuing to think about that, and I like different sort of attack analysis, some numerical, some theoretical, that will probably be in like a blog article at some point, like a sequel article to the blog article I wrote a few months ago on these topics. And then other than that, Jan, who's our PhD student at Paris 2, is doing cool research now on like, we had some behavioral experiments a few months ago where we like hired people to like do, sort of traditional economic experiments where they're paid like, micropayments, in like a lab. And doing a sort of Kleros simulated kind of thing, particularly inspired by the kinds of different mechanisms we intend to launch on Kleros 2.0 for some of the dispute kits we expect to have. And sort of as we go through the analysis now of looking how they've responded, we can validate our theoretical sort of thoughts with experimental data. So he's doing that and also sort of dreaming up new experiments for some future round of this. So cool stuff is happening.
Yeah, I mean, I have also an announcement. I mean, I would like to say it now. I'm not going to say it now because I mean, this is something that, from the research perspective, is something. I mean, so cool that I mean, I will just bite my tongue so I don't say anything. But if you are a student, or if you want to do like a PhD in computer science, to do research about crypto economics, mechanism design, and all of the incentive system of peer prediction that we do at Kleros in that type of research, I will have some really, really cool news very soon. We cannot say anything, right, William, for now. I guess people should wait a bit more. But yeah, stay tuned. Basically, very soon we will have something to say about that. So for students, potential students, PhD level, mechanism design and Kleros, this is going to be a great. I mean, the kind of opportunity I would like to have had. I mean, when I was studying. So not going to say anything else for now, so I don't spoil it. And then we are working. Well, you might be asking when Kleros 2.0. So I mentioned last week that this is coming. We are going to deploy it in different stages, and the first stage is going to be done for more like low value disputes. It's not going to be the full version in the sense that it's not going to have the full economic security, but we are finalizing everything for the deployment of this first version. Technically it's going to be like Kleros 2.0. Just that without some parts like the message bridge and some components, but it's going to be like almost fully functional for the type of cases that we are seeing with more traction now, in the sense of a high volume of lower value cases, like those that are at Lemon, those that are potentially coming from the conversations we have with other companies that have a consumer type of claims. So yeah, stay tuned. We are fixing the notifications and small little things that require a bit of bug fixing, because notifications at Kleros was built, I think, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, and they're not very reliable, and this needs to be fixed, and then we will be almost ready to launch the first version in the sequence of versions that will end up to the full, Kleros 2.0. I mean, the merge, if you want to call it like that. But for low value cases that don't require a lot of economic security, we will have news about that quite soon. So the team is working on that. As I mentioned many times before, that the development team is way larger than it was, because we recruited people like 6 or 7 developers in the last 6 months. So this is helping us resolve a bunch of bottlenecks we had in development. So yeah, okay, that is important to mention. And then maybe Jean, what news do we have from community perspective for the week?
Well, we had the contest of the prediction markets a couple of weeks ago, and now we are waiting for everyone that that got the best results to send their details so we can send their prizes. And there will be probably another contest coming soon, but some very controversial event as well. Then, apart from that, we still have the incentive program from submissions to the Kleros Scout registries. So there is well, a prize for each submission, and just to remind you that these submissions are live on Etherscan and GnosiScan, PolygonScan, and all these block explorers based on Etherscan, and also on our MetaMask Snap that leverages these lists to basically safeguard transactions on Web3. And where else? I think well, we are posting some conferences, some videos from previous conferences that are pretty relevant to some debates that we are seeing in the latest weeks about governance. I think for me, I don't know how it works for other people, but for me, these videos are kind of the canon, Kleros canon, because they're always good to reference. The one that we posted yesterday from history of politics it's great because one thing that we found out with the proof of humanity situation is that maybe most people that are creating DAOs and creating these governance systems are not are more familiar with software than with social sciences and governance. So it's always good to have these kind of references and help navigate this world. And where else? I think that's it. Well, we have more events apart from the It's Argentina. This August we have Crecimiento. Actually, there's Aleph, which is a pop-up city, basically a long-term conference during August in Buenos Aires, and there will be lots of talks, lots of events, and we will probably do an event dedicated to decentralized justice and the intersection between law and Web3. So it is, we don't have a date yet, but it's probably coming soon. And also Juan will be giving a talk about DeFi. I don't know exactly what will be the subject, but I really recommend if there's anyone from Argentina here visiting to see Juan's talks, because he knows a lot and always impressed with the amount of things that he can absorb and share. And we also be participating on Ethereum Uruguay hackathon, and there are very cool projects in the region because it's very cool. As we always talk here, there's a need for using maybe currencies that are not closely tied with the state or cross border payments and things like that. So there will be a hackathon on Crecimiento, one in East Argentina and one in Uruguay. So it will be a nice way to expose these projects to Kleros, especially now that we have the Lavaco pilot and the Lemon cases that are working like a clear success case. So that it will be nice to see if there will be any projects that can leverage Kleros. And there are, as Marcos mentioned, there are some payment projects already trying to get traction. So yes, I think that's it. We'll have more to share on the coming days.
Lot of things going on. I mean, I'm also after this Argentina trip, I'm going to Colombia. We have a bunch. I mean, first for a conference, then university talk, and then a bunch of conversations ongoing with potential partners for the enterprise section. So that's stuff that we have been following for a while, and so yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll try to push those integrations. I think that's it for today. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, guys, thank you very much for coming, and well, I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. See you. Good luck
Bye.
on the Olympics.
Bye, everyone. See you on Friday.
Yeah, and in the football game today. Bye.